So the Mega. So this one's called the Mega Super Gypsy Jazz Lick. This is the ultimate of ultimate Gypsy Jazz licks. It contains all the little tricks and all the little weird gypsyisms that you find. And really, in Gypsy Jazz, the picking is what informs the harmonic content. People don't realize this. You know, when you listen to Gypsy Jazz, it sounds so foreign. And the reason for that is because the picking is foreign. The picking is kind of weird. And, it's all about kind of choosing even notes of numbers per strings when descending, and then ascending. If you have odd notes of numbers on a string, you must sweep to get to the next string. So that just makes these crazy patterns. And it's kind of like Troy Grady talks about, once he discovered downward Pickslanting, he went to town and found every lick that he could that worked within that scheme. And that's kind of like what these Gypsy Jazz guys do. So this particular lick, it contains all the little weird gypsyisms. If you're alternate picking, you want to be using 2, 4, or 6 notes per string, so that you can do even number of notes per string so that you can end on an upstroke. So like in the beginning of this lick, it's all alternate picking. You got 2 notes on the B string, and you got 4 notes chromatically on the G string. And then you got 2 notes on that D string as well. And so that's all alternate picking. And that works for Gypsy Jazz players because it allows them to land on a downstroke on every new string. And so that in itself is very easy. And this is where it gets interesting. Then you kind of do a diminished thing. So the beginning of the lick is, and this is meant to be played obviously over your 5 chord again. So this is in A. So the beginning of the lick again. Then you do your diminished arpeggio, which is, and this one is a little bit different because you're not sweeping through on the G string like this, like down, down, down. You're actually doing a downstroke first on the G string, then doing an upstroke on the 7th fret of the G string. So this is something weird that happens where, normally when you do a diminished arpeggio, you're just going down, down, down. But this one is actually down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. So the whole lick up to this point is. Now that we've landed on our downstroke on our high E, what's going to happen? Gotta play 4 notes. Because that ends you on the upstroke so that you can go back down. So it kind of just repeats itself. And this is where it gets kind of interesting. This is where we, in like my other video, we circle around that E. Now, alright, so my camera ran out of battery. So, back to what I was talking about. So this is a Borelli thing. So we'll go over the lick real quick. I can't run out of battery. Whatever. So the lick. So we're ending on that part. So now after that upstroke on the D string, we're gonna go to the A string and do the, and then it's just down, up, down, and then of course comes the sweep. Now this is the interesting thing. Now we're gonna do 2 position shifts in this lick on the D string. This is kind of tough because you're having to go, and it's weird for the hand to make 2 position shifts very quickly. You're ending on an upstroke. It's just all alternate picking on the D string. It's awkward. It's even awkward for me to do. But, so, the lick up until this point. And then this is the cool part. So we do your typical kind of Yngwie A minor arpeggio. And what do we do when we're on a higher string in Gypsy Jazz? Well, you gotta play even notes and numbers so that you can go down the strings. So that's just 4 notes right there. And then I add this kind of, I guess, Phrygian thing. This is just really easy. It's just straight alternate picking down. So once you do this, that Yngwie sweep, and so what ends up happening is you end on that upstroke on the high E, and then you're just doing these 2 note per string patterns on the B, G, and D. And then to end it all off, and then that's just on the A string. Mega lick, and it contains all the gypsyisms, all the weird things that you do, the sweeping while going upwards, and then the alternate picking using even notes of strings coming down in this direction. Like, it's really easy to do because you can just alternate pick and land on downstrokes on new strings. And I want to emphasize that each one of these things is a chunk. That's a chunk right there. You know, you should view this entire mega lick as just a bunch of chunks put together. You can do whatever you want. course you'd end on your A. I'm just playing flubs all over the place. This in itself is a chunk. You know, that's just a great way to end a little lick. But then just take it to the next level. So it's really cool.